Hey guys, this is Derek from Derek and Joe's Booze Reviews. Uh, it's been, oh geez, I guess a couple years now since me and Joe done a video and posted up for you guys, and everything's been going on. We meant to do it last Christmas around. We are talking last Christmas. We got together and said, yeah, we gotta, get that back again. It was fun, laughing, and carrying on, and making asses of ourselves and all that, all that bullshit. And the COVID hit, and that's all we can say about that. But I'm here now, and I figured not going to review anything because I'll save that for when me and Joe gets back together and does some more reviews and But I started a project when COVID hit, and it's called an Infinity Bottle. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys know what Infinity Bottle is, but if you don't, um, I'm not no fucking expert by no means, but I'll let you know. Okay, I'll let you know what I know after my research and playing around with it. So basically, what an affinity bottle is you take an empty bottle. Um, if you're going to do it, try to get, like, if you can. There's no a fancy bottle of that in a fancy empty bottle that you had in the past, or like whiskeys of the world. I picked up a few years ago a bottle of Japanese whiskey, Hibiki. You see that? Nice fancy bottle, and nice top on it and stuff. And this has been empty now for a couple of years, so I made this is an affinity bottle. Okay, by the way, and another one is I'll show you in a minute there. So, but if you haven't, just a regular bottle, okay, preferably with a cork. Okay, uh, corks seal better than the screw tops. Yeah, so basically, and you can do this with whiskeys or rums. If you're a rum drinker and you like the sipping rums, there's some fantastic rums. So basically, in a nutshell, you collect as you get them. You take your bottle, you make sure it's clean, and then let it dry, air dry inside, for a day, and then take probably an ounce of. I'm going to go with whiskeys, okay? Uh, Take an ounce of whiskey of each type of whiskey and pour in your bottle. Okay, so if you don't right now, for like say, and there's no rush to it or anything like that, you ain't gonna fill it up right away. But if you got like, say you want to do affinity bottle of Irish whiskies or Irish and Scotch mix or Irish and whatever. There's no rules. Okay, absolutely no rules. You can do what you want. There's I got some suggestions, but there's no rules. So you take if you're gonna do, say, hypothetically Irish whiskies, if you're into Irish, take an ounce or ounce and a half or maybe even 2 ounces of your whiskey. Put it in your bottle and cap it, and then put it in a dark, cool spot. Never in the light. Like these fluorescent lights kill whiskey and rums and stuff like that. So and the heat does as well. So put them in a cool, dark spot. And when you get another bottle of whiskey, take first thing you do is take the top off before you drink it. Ounce or two in the bottle again, cap it, put it away. You keep doing that until it's full. Now, before I get any further, it's always fun. Now you can compile a list, okay, of what you put in the bottle and how much, if you want. Now I got a journal. Now some people do keep it on the computer, but from my experience and my computer background, hard drives crash, computers fuck up, and you lose pictures and songs and lists. So, um, yeah, so I keep it written down and just throw it at my desk, and that's it. So, here we go. I'll get that in a second here. Yeah, so basically, just to give you an idea, that infinity bottle here of this one here that I got filled up, and I filled this one up in January, I think, 2020. Okay, and with the list, I just keep a list of, you see here, of what I put in it. So I can go, you know, I got these blended, it's a blend of everything I want, okay? And I'll get to that in a second. So as you fill up your bottle, and once your bottle is full of your selected whiskeys or if you rums, if you want to do a Rum Infinity, and you got your list made, okay, now my bottle's full, and I got my list. Now what the hell do I do with it? What you're supposed to do, or there's no, like I said, there's no rules, but generally what everybody does is they take their bottle, you let it sit for a couple of months, because I don't know if you've never ever tried it, experiment with, uh, if you got four, go to a house and somebody got four different types of whiskeys, take a little drop of each, and if they're good whiskeys, like, whatever, put four of them together, and without adding any water or under oxygen, just take a sip, and immediately you'll notice the taste, it goes like flat, and that's because they've four matured whiskeys. They need time to interact with each other and mellow and calm down and just soothe. You know what I mean? So leave it for at least a couple of months, and now let's get now to, okay. So when do I get to drink it? I got this time and money invested in my Infinity bottle. Okay, so after a couple of months, uh, you kind of hand to hand with your journal. Okay, so now you take what you take out, you put back in. Okay, that's the rule. I know I said there's no rules, but this is, and this is where the fun comes in. So you want to keep all the whiskeys you put in, or all the rums you put in. Never put the same one in twice. If you can, not pull, I'll get back to that. But try to keep all different whiskeys or rums in your Infinity bottle. Okay, so you got a blend of everything. Okay, and then when you take a drink out, or you and your buddy you want to try it, you take two drinks out. Then you cap it, you put it away, and until you got another bottle that you haven't got it, it's not on your list. You take a couple of drinks, and then you take your bottle of that new one and top up your bottle. Yeah, you take the stop off, you just top it back up to where it was before. Okay, and then you cap it, put it back in your cold dark spot, and put it on your list. And keep doing that. Okay, and then you let that one sit for a while. Now you haven't got a couple of months for when it's after full, and then after a couple of months it's matured. When you add in, when you do your top ups, give it a week. Week is good. Like if you're a weekend drinker or whatever, whatever. And you take another one out, and you keep doing that over time. Um, you'll always have a mix of everything you put in your bottle. Okay. Now, for example, this is my mix so far. Like I said, I've only been at it now since January, I think, with this one. I finished it. I started it last summer, and I finally got it full in January. I got I started with I left with about an ounce of Hibiki, the Japanese whiskey, left in the bottom. So that's how I started this one. I started with Hibiki. Then I had put a bit of the Balvenie Caribbean cask, 14-year-old. Chuck that in there. Then I got my son for my birthday a couple years ago. God love him, Benjamin. He gave me a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue Label. I got some of that in there. Then I got 12-year-old Glenfiddich. Put that there. And I got, when I went to the Irish for a couple of bottles, so I got Jameson's. Yeah, put a bit of that in there. I love Jameson's. Bushmills Black Bush. If you haven't tried that one, guys, that's like even mother's Christmas cake. Get that one for Christmas. You won't have to do you wrong. And then I put a bit of Tomatin into it, 12-year-old. And I'm a huge Johnny Walker fan, so I had some Johnny Walker. I always got Johnny Walker lying around. So I had some Red Label Johnny Walker, you know. So I know you said, Derek, you're putting some, blends and single malts together. Yeah, but that's the beauty of it. There's no rules. I love both single malts and blends. And after a while, they all mature together, and you get a wicked taste. And when I put the red label, I marked it full right there. The bottle's full. Since then, I've taken out 2 drinks out. And the first one I took out, I put Bushmills Original back in, and that topped it. And then a little bit later, I took another drink out, so because it was just myself with the COVID and everything. And I filled it up with Toki. That's another Japanese whiskey. I don't know if you can get it here now or not. You did, yeah, they did sell it. I know this. Yeah, I think, yeah, you can. It's the Harmony I got. You can't get it here, but it's the Toki you can, yeah. Which is another whiskey if you haven't tried Japanese whiskey. And that was it, and that's full. Okay, so and now I'll when I pick up another whiskey that I haven't got in the list, I'll take a drink out, or maybe two, and top it up and write it down. Yeah, so that's it. It's a lot of fun, and it's really fun to see what kind of experiments you can come up with. The only okay, and I said before at the beginning, I had some guidelines. Okay, so some suggestions. So some of the suggestions I got, uh, one, when you put in like scotches in your whiskeys, uh, try to stay within the same category. You know what I mean? Like you can go with a Glenfiddich, which is like really really smooth. Then you can go with your Throne. But when you add in something like Talisker or something heavy peaty, that smoky Scotch, that everything that's like flavor. Try not to put those in because a couple of ounces or even an ounce or two of that will dominate all the rest of the flavors. So if you got like your Caribbean casks and your Glenfiddichs and your Irish smooth Irishes and you've got a real good bottle going, really smooth, really sweet and fruity, and then you throw a couple ounces of like Talisker in it, or Lagavulin, or Ardbeg. Love Ardbeg, but those ones are heavily peated, right? And a couple ounce or two of that, and the whole bottle will taste of peat. You'll throw off the entire profile. Okay, so and from that, like I said, and only other suggestion, like I said, I can't stress this enough. Keep it out of light. Like, don't keep it on a bottle on top of the fridge or like that. Keep it in your like cupboard, down, or under that, somewhere in the dark, and where it's cool. Yeah, and try not if you filled it up. Trying to see if you can see this, but try not to fill it up and hit the cork on the bottom, because if when you get a soggy cork, this cork will disintegrate and break up. Okay, so keep it and don't lay it on the side. Okay, again, if you're not sure about corks, corks need to be dry and stay dry. Okay, now you can get some of these with I think they're almost like a nylon kind of deal, like they're synthetic corks, and they're really forgiving. So if you lay it on your side or you accidentally fill it up or whatever, and they don't soak, they don't absorb your whiskey. The traditional corks will. Okay, so just a heads up. Anyway, man, and that's pretty much it. I talked to shit out of that. So thumbs up to Joe. Miss you, buddy. And yeah, me and Joe will get back together and we'll get some bullshit on the go. We have another few laughs, and I know guys making fun of us before, and like more than we were making fun of ourselves, and it was hilarious. Love the feedback we got and all the laughing you guys done, and that was amazing. We had a good time, so we're gonna get back and get that. We get back at it and do that again. But yeah, so that's all I got. Stay safe, guys, out there. Wear your masks and wash your hands. Okay. Take care of each other and raise a glass to, especially now it's coming for Christmas, and we've all lost somebody. Okay. I recently lost my parents. I know, don't want to get into it, but it's bullshit, especially this time of season. So take your time, take your glass. All right. And here's to you. And here's to everybody that we love, that we lost, who can't be with us to have a glass with us. Okay? Cheers, guys.